What is up, people?
Calm down.
Welcome back to the podcast now. Go ahead, Brian. Go off.
Ow, it hurt my hand.
Go ahead.
Never hurt my hand. I don't
Brian,
even know
we're
where to
live.
fucking start. I don't even know where to fucking start.
Guys, today, and we just got more fucking releases. And then fucking NXT. I don't know, understand, but Brian here, you're ready. Go off. The floor is yours.
I've been a frequent fan from NXT since Finn Balor and Kevin Owens were there. I've been a fan for NXT for years. I've been a supporter of NXT because they were the best thing on the whole WrestleMania or SummerSlam or Survivor Series week. They're always the best part of every WWE pay-per-view week. When NXT takeovers are on, they're some of the best wrestling in like WWE in general. Besides some glimpses of hope on pay-per-views for SmackDown. That's about it. That's about it. And they used to be my favorite, man. They basically were the best developmental place, but then turned into its own brand as the years went by. Listen to some of the names that they were able to get from free agency. Ricochet, Adam Cole. They created Velveteen Dream, even though, yes, things have come out for him. At least I can respect his early runs, you know. They got Aleister, they got Tommy Inn, they got Aleister Black. They signed some of the top guys. They were even able, they almost got AJ Styles in NXT as well, but he went to the main roster because he's a bit of a bigger name. They got Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the top Japan dudes at that point. They got so many free agent names, it's insane how much NXT has done for WWE. They've made them a lot of money. And I wouldn't understand, like, Vince, like, oh, you know, let's take advantage of this to make it a lot of money, you know, we could bring these guys up and you know, not ruin them and maybe give them some spotlight. And for most of the come-ups, they messed up all of them. If I were to give you a percentage of how many mess-ups they brought up from call-ups to bringing them up,
too many.
Dude, it's not even a fair number. It's like, I don't know, like 20% worked. And like 90 plus didn't work.
And guys, we got an update on Adam Cole, and then after this, but Brian, please continue.
But basically, it was a 10 to 90 plus split. That's how bad everything was.
So he sets him down swinging. Eric Haas becomes out number 2 this inning. And he fouls this one off.
What the fuck, man?
We're not talking about. We're talking about.
And Rob can say some things about NXT because he didn't watch as much NXT as I did, but he respected NXT. Whenever I talk about NXT, he's like, I have mad respect. He didn't hate it, he didn't shit on it, he was like, no, they're doing good wrestling stuff, and I think you can agree with him at that point. But unfortunately, the time when they tried to rival AEW and go on Wednesday night, I think that was the beginning of the end. Because one, they moved the hours to 2 hours, which I think was a huge mistake.
Yep.
And two, they tried to rival AEW way too much. They shouldn't have done that. They should have went a different direction, keep it 1 hour, and just make good wrestling. But they tried to do the ratings war thing, and it did not work.
We'll get to Vince in a minute, because it says something about AEW that actually, it was funny.
It's real fun. Me and, well, actually my friend Manny talking but literally, it's like literally, that was the mistake. They went on USA, which at first I'm like, okay, they'll go on USA, maybe do it for an hour, have a nice hour wrestling show to continue the legacy that the network was doing. But no, they moved it to 2 hours, and that was a huge mistake. They moved it to 2 hours, biggest mistake they could have ever made. Bad move. Horrible move. It was an absolute garbage move. Because it fucked up the whole legacy that was NXT, because NXT was always an hour, but getting used to 2 hours, it gets repetitive and boring, and most of the segments were not interesting except the main event stuff. And then they started losing stars again because a lot of them were either in the main roster already, or new guys are coming in but not generating as much. Like the only one right now, and that's just me not really trying to suck off Cross or anything, the only generated one that's come in so far is Karrion Kross because he's made a lot of stories and everything. And yes, he got injured, which is, you know, it happens. Yep. And him and Lee were having a very good feud, and they had a very good match at TakeOver. And then him and Finn Balor had an even better match at TakeOver that following year. So Cross with the rest of the guys that were going up to the main roster, which I knew Lee was going up, I knew Finn Balor was going to go back up at some point. It was working well, and I knew, alright, Cross is going to be the head of the division for a long time, and I mean a very long time, and just go from there, man. So,
I'm gonna say this.
and I thought it was going to be the up and up. But now, hearing this today,
I'm gonna say
NXT's
this.
dead. NXT's officially dead. JD was right. NXT's officially dead. It's dead. It's dead. I don't know how you recover from this. Like,
I'm gonna say this.
like I'm gonna name. No. I'm gonna name a few names, and I'm gonna let you talk, Rob. Okay? I need to name all the names. I have the list here in front of me. This list is fucking horrifying. Like. Now, some of the names weren't on TV, but most of the names that they released here were on TV. At least once. So let me look at my phone real quick. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay. Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed, Jake Atlas, Early Stirring, I'm not sure, Keanu Reeves, Leon Ruff, who was on TV. Tyler Rush was just in a faction with Roderick Strong on TV, and you released him.
Yeah, he was.
You lost a member. They were part of a faction, and you dropped one of them. So now Roderick only has 2 people with him, including the manager. Cyrus Smith, Ashton Hale, Giant Jair, which was the big Indian dude, didn't really do anything, and the most interesting one, Mercedes Martinez. And I'll say why that's most interesting, because Mercedes Martinez did 2 things. She went to AEW once and did AEW Dark tapings and Dynamite tapings, but then she went back to NXT. She didn't take the AEW contract. And now look what happened to her.
Yep.
Just released. So that's why it's the most interesting one that Mercedes Martinez also got released. But those are the names, and the one that just makes me fucking furious that I want to punch something is Bronson Reed, because Bronson Reed is one of my favorite big men in WWE before he got released. Because he was different, he was fun, he was athletic, he was dominant. Him and Gargano had amazing steel cage matches. Like, he was the next guy to be in the main roster and probably fight guys like Roman and guys like that. But, like, you didn't give him a chance. You gave him a thing on main event, but then after that, you released him 3 weeks later.
The fuck?
Like, what was the intention of bringing him up and making him lose the North American title? What was the point? Because his run was only a month long. I thought it was going to be 2-3 months, maybe. But no. They only gave him a month of the North American title run. Like, what the fuck, man? You screwed this man over, and he even said in his Twitter, you have unleashed the beast. Yes, you have, because whoever company gets him, he's going to be a main event high caliber star in a company. Don't care where he goes. And NXT is officially dead, and I'm fucking pissed, because NXT has been one of my favorites out of all WWE. If there's one thing you would tell me about WWE the modern that I actually liked was NXT. Now that passion's gone. And now that Adam Cole's going to be leaving the building, which I'm very happy for him, I hope he has a successful rest of his career, because I fucking love Adam Cole to death. If he goes to AEW, fine with me. If he goes to fucking Impact, I don't care where he goes. He just needs out. And I understand why now, especially now seeing the releases, Adam Cole asks for his release or asks for his papers to be terminated. I understand why now. I understand why. I understand it.
Speaking about him, he had a meeting with, for some reason, Vince McMahon, but not Triple H, about around 7 o'clock today. Whatever that was about.
And I believe they're going to meet a little bit after the show as well. I believe.
Because.
So they're going to talk terms.
If he goes to NXT, hit this.
Because one key thing with this whole Adam Cole thing, he signed a mini extension until SummerSlam.
Yep.
To finish his story with O'Reilly, and then he's either going to leave the company or he's going to resign. It's one of the two.
Speaking of another contract coming to an end, and that is Pete Dunne. Yep. His contract is coming to an end.
Pete Dunne is also up, which I wouldn't be surprised if he's fucking gone.
But
I mean, they haven't done anything since he lost the UK title.
But let me see. But
still though, look at the landscape of NXT. It is so dry now.
Oh yeah, especially the women's division.
Now.
Oh yeah, the women's division did not need anyone getting released.
Now, whenever Karrion Kross faced Samoa Joe, when Samoa Joe beats him for that title, that's
at TakeOver, I believe.
That is just means nothing. Nothing.
That means nothing because Joe's going to be in a dead division. Because Cole's gonna be gone by then, probably. And possible other people might also get released once more.
Now, with the next, with AEW being the top brand in history, let's get back to what Vince McMahon said last week. He said AEW is not competition. How do you think that, Vince? Brian, I'll let you handle this one because I know you got a major problem with Vince McMahon, but there you go.
It's actually funny, actually. When I saw this conference call that he had, because people actually put up the audio clip of him talking about it, it was pretty funny, actually. Because he doesn't want to admit that AEW's on the up and up.
Yep.
He doesn't want to admit it. He's just laughing at it. But after releasing these guys, him and Nick Khan releasing all these dudes, bro, it's done. It's done. Now, especially a guy like Bronson Reed. I thought you liked big men, Vince. Huh? I thought you liked big men. I thought you would have loved Bronson Reed. Apparently not.
Dude, Brian, I thought the same thing when they brought up Keith Lee. I mean, like...
Same here.
Yeah, but Vince
no.
didn't like Keith Lee's in-ring.
Because he was so fucking gifted.
Yep.
That is why. And that makes absolutely no sense.
Vince didn't like big men flying around the ring.
Yeah, now he's got 50-50 booking, and that's not even the thing that makes me fucking pissed. It's that you bring Keith Lee and then you get squashed by Lashley. Then you lose all your momentum. And you put a match between two guys that need a win.
No disrespect to Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy.
No, oh yeah, no, oh back to that.
But
no disrespect to Jeff Hardy. No disrespect. No disrespect.
But you have Ken Cross come in, no entrance, no nothing, no smoke, no dog lighting, nothing. You have the most badass NXT champion that has run rampant through the whole fucking division, comes in to the main roster and gets beat by Jeff Hardy, who used the ropes to beat him. What the fuck? I just don't understand what happened to this company. And Triple H, we know you have. I know you try, Triple H. I know you try. But your father-in-law, he needs to go.
You know he ain't gonna go. And if he even does go, you know he's not gonna give it to Triple H.
No, he's not.
You know it's going right to Stephanie.
But NXT coming up, Dynamite is coming next Wednesday. Also, guys, please tune in for Rampage October 13th. Chris Jericho will be on commentary.
Yes.
Jericho on commentary.
Yes. I'm so happy.
If you missed AEW, Cody Rhodes teased his retirement.
Which this could lead to him possibly turning heel. Who knows?
Because I think we all know what's gonna, he's getting time off.
So you're saying, guys, now the Dark Society, us, all of us are pro AEW.
I don't know about that yet.
The only way I will watch WWE is if Brock was on there. That's it. Nothing more. Also,
I'm only watching one match of SummerSlam, Cena vs. Roman. Fuck everything else.
Also, update on CM Punk. A few days ago, he posted on his Instagram. He followed MJF, and he took screenshots of both SummerSlam Arena and the United Center.
The first pitch.
Would you like to say anything straight to Vince, Brian, before we end it?
Hey, the guy on the mound is absolutely pounding his
I legitimately have no words.
That's why he's been able to stay in pitch.
I'm about to watch JD in just a second. Vegas
Dude!
takes. And I want to see how mad he's gonna get because I want to get as mad as him. It's
Dude!
gonna be fun.
Dude,
That's gonna be
he's about to
fun.
go off.
He's about to lose everything in his body tonight. But I respect it because he was also a huge fan of NXT. He loved the style of NXT back in the day, and I agree too. The wrestling company that they had back in the day, and I don't even call it WWE. I don't call it WWE NXT. I just call it NXT because it was its own separate brand at that point. They were just so talented. It's stupid how talented that brand was. Now I can't even call it a shell of itself. All I gotta call it is a misery place.
Why are there... Why is he treating his superstars like this? No wonder everybody's leaving.
Who else is really left?
Main reasons why these superstars leave. Either it is creative issues, they get buried by Vince, or
they asked for their release.
yes.
Like you let
go. Vince, you let go one of them.
But what I saw of Bronson's tweet, he actually didn't ask for his release. He just said, just got released by WWE, and then he put all the brands down and he said, you don't know what you just did. So he's mad that he got released. So he's going to be on an absolute tear in the indie scene / free RGC market. One company will pick him up and he will destroy everyone.
I would be pretty mad too if I just, just like about a month ago was told I was going to get called up to the main roster. Now I'm getting released.
What do you think happened with Aleister Black? You think he's gonna come back? What happens? He gets released 3 weeks later.
I'm gonna say this. Vince, you let go one of the most creative geniuses. That is better than your creative team, Bray Wyatt.
That is a fact.
This man can go to AEW, have his own creativity, join the Dark Order, because him and Brody Lee was close friends, put him in the Dark Order, and I bet he will make that shit better than the Wyatt family.
That's really the only issue with Dark Order is, they gotta lose a few members. Go back to heel.
Yep.
Go dark.
Dude, yeah, that's why I think they're turning on.
And
That's
be
why I
the
think they're
monsters.
turning on Hangman Page and all that.
Probably gonna, I'm gonna say that happens a little bit later on. Maybe not all out, because we don't even know what Bray's gonna sign. There's apparently rumor that they want to do the Bray and Demon, but I don't know if Bray signed. I don't think he did. I don't think.
Also,
if he did, then how?
Ruby Soho, better known as a
Ruby Riott.
She will be joining. She will be able to sign by October.
You can bring her around Full Gear, because Full Gear it's like, I think it's in like November to October. That's a pretty good
As far as Bray Wyatt goes, they have been nothing.
What do you know, Dad?
But why Bray Wyatt?
And I was supposed to be excited today because MLB, new content or whatever, and they dropped the Joey Votto and everything, but I can't even be hyped for that because I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad, bro.
That was an ugly swing. If I'm pitching right now, I'm throwing that same.
My NXT heart is broken, man.
And
All the NXT shirts that I got, I bought those shirts because I represented the brand. If you told me out of all 3 brands, what brands you repping other than main roster, I said NXT. That's the brand I'm repping. Now I had a solid collection of NXT shirts, which I do now. And I do have some AEW shirts too. I have some AEW shirts as well. I'm gonna probably get a Tommy End shirt when I go to the show. Probably gonna get me a Tommy End shirt when I go to the show.
Brian, Vince buried your passion for NXT. He buried that shit. He said, fuck your passion, I'm gonna do things my way.
I was waiting for this to happen, honestly.
Like, seriously. They say budget cuts.
You know why they're doing this?
Because of Brock.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now.
That's gonna make me even more mad, because it's not that I hate Brock. It's that you released all these great talented guys for one dude.
They're probably gonna get Brock about $10 million.
He's probably gonna be the most paid wrestler who doesn't even deserve. I mean, he deserves more than Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg.
Shit. Get $1 million.
Shit, bro.
I just get like 500K.
He'll swing
Yeah,
it
he's getting a
first
fuck
pitch
ton,
and
bro.
bang
Like,
one
honestly,
into right
God,
center field. That's a base hit.
I'm scared for Bobby Lashley's health.
Let me try to relax and just play some baseball, do some challenges.
Dude,
Fucking...
and a Big E, he is not expected to cash in at SummerSlam. Vince wants him to wait.
Biggest mistake they're ever gonna make. Because if Bill Goldberg was that title, no way Big E's getting near that title.
Also, if Big E wins the championship, he gets his last name back.
I hope so.
At the plate now.
Oh, wait, more news. Cardinals.
This shows you, Brian, Vince don't give a fuck about the fans.
Oh, Ryan Hearns.
No. In the beginning stages of his career, he may have had a little stint for fans. But now,
Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left.
no.
Have you noticed, Brian, fucking around 2015, how WWE slowly fucking declined?
Dude, honestly,
Probably,
I wouldn't say 2015, around 2016.
I'm gonna say 2018. I'm gonna say 2018 was the real decline for me.
Oh,
That was one of the worst wrestling
That
years.
was raw.
That's a Raw was some cheeks. Like, oh my god. I remember hearing JD's rant on the dude. This is what I sum 2018, not for wrestling in general, but I sum 2018's year for Raw. Bobby Lashley's sisters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is how I sum up that year, bro. Bobby Lashley's sisters. That is it. You need to hear nothing more. Nothing more.
I find it funny. I find it funny how one of those sisters is now in AEW.
That's actually really funny. Good point. Good point.
And one of them was on the Detroit show.
According
Yeah,
to
bro, like, what the fuck?
latest on Adam Cole, Summer Sepp has reported that Adam Cole has not been offered a new contract.
It's also apparently a rumor going around that
They're basically disrespecting him to say,
apparently
yeah,
it's also
you're not getting a
rumor
contract, bro.
going around that AEW is like already tried to offer
But he
him
has
a full
agreed to stay
contract.
through SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, they're gonna finish the storyline of Kyle O'Reilly.
They should.
Dude, they have to. They're already five plus weeks into it. They gotta finish it.
Oh, that's storyline. That's what storyline.
Well, not the storyline in general, but like the intensity of the storyline started at the last takeover, and it's just been going on ever since. But you got this is the trilogy. You gotta put the nail in the coffin here.
Dude, the way is hilarious. I don't care.
That's like the best. That's like the only good thing about NXT. And Index is a thing now. Which I'm happy.
Dexter,
That's it.
Dexter was never gets
There
it.
for a strike.
Dexter finally got what he wanted. He got Indy. He got what he wanted.
Bouncer to the left
It's the
side.
one love story that's actually kind of charming. But that's it.
Yep.
Everything else, go fuck itself.
Finally retire him as the inning will draw to a close.
And I wanted to be hyped for Joe Cross, but since Cross lost, then I don't give a fuck anymore. It's coming to that point, I don't give a fuck.
What?
I don't give a fuck for Cross and Joe, because he lost on Raw. Like, if he never lost, then I would have been like, alright, this is a perfect story, you know, Joe being the undefeated Cross. It's an easy storyline. It's right in front of you. It's an easy storyline. But no.
Oh, yes, dude, I can't wait. I might watch TakeOver just because I want to see some other Joe wrestle again.
Misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1.
Maybe, but actually, I mean, I do kind of want to see Walter Ilya Dragunov too, because I did watch their first one. But, man, I don't know.
So I forgot about Walter. That man's had that title for almost 1,000 days. What is this?
Oh, if they fucking release Walter,
Oh, all hell gonna break loose, bro.
13 strikeouts now.
Because they definitely disrespected him at Survivor Series for sure. But they released him, that's the nail in the coffin, bro. That is the nail in the
Honestly, I
mother
hope
in the
Keith
coffin.
Lee gets released.
Jamer
That's what I'm hoping, bro. Get him out of there.
in his last at bat.
I was expecting that. I was expecting that on those lists. I'm like, come on.
Shocked he didn't
You're
let
not even the man. Like, come on.
fastball elevated to
And
Dude,
you
that man
buried
did
him with
things
fucking
in
Bobby
Braun
Lashley,
Strowman.
bro, which could have been your SummerSlam match. That could have been your SummerSlam match. Right there. Instead of fucking Bill Goldberg.
what do you think about what happened last week, Brian? Whenever John Cena signed Finn Balor's contract.
You know, Keith Lee didn't have, he didn't even.
I'm just wondering why Finn was involved. That was my question. Why was Finn involved in all this? Because I would have said, do Finn Balor Roman later down the line. Save that for a later time, bro.
Ethan was mad.
Honestly.
Yet in this at bat.
Because Vince should have been in the middle of this in the first place.
I was
He's gonna
more
put him with
funny.
Corbin? Like, what the hell, bro?
more funny about when Baron Corbin came down than John Cena twice now has screwed Corbin out of the title.
That is pretty funny. But Corbin's in a really weird state with his storyline. It's like,
I kind of like it.
he's like, weirdly, it's a weird cause it's like he's depressed and out of it, but like
He's slowly turning face.
yeah, because apparently they did file a trademark called Happy Corbin, so we might be seeing a weird Corbin.
Corbin?
Yes, that's the name of the trademark, Happy Corbin. It might be changed, but basically, I'm assuming he's gonna be like a very jubilant. Like, remember when like Corporate King was very jubilant to Rollins when you know in his head he wanted to kill
Dude,
Seth
Rob
Rollins?
was gonna love that.
It's like that. It's like that. It's
No,
like
man!
that.
They got rid
Happy
of the
Corbin.
theme song, man! That's what pissed me off! Fuck that
They gave
shit!
him a King version for no reason.
You ruined one of the best theme songs in WWE! No, fuck you!
I want you to make Happy Corbin on 2K20.
Fuck you!
Happy Corbin.
I'll make Happy Duck.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by
Brian, keep on hitting, just get out of my box. Jeez.
Anyway, guys, that was episode 3. That was a short podcast. Fuck WWE. Fuck Vince. Hey, yo, Phil Brooks! If you don't show up Chicago, I will be mad. But if you show up, great to see you back. And yeah. Fuck you, Vince. We out.